We're going to be talking today about evidence sentences. Specifically, we're going to do a workshop on what makes a good evidence sentence. If you're taking notes on this, it'd be a good idea to have your digital copy of the Grammar and Writing Notebook open. If you're not taking notes, just take a look, and we're going to go through and take a look at several different examples of evidence sentences and what makes for good evidence, what makes for bad evidence, and which ones we should try to use in our writing. So we're going to continue with the topic sentence that we worked on last time. In Disney's Frozen, Hans, the prince from the Southern Isles, wasn't heroic because when the charismatic noble had the chance to seize power, Hans showed that he cared more for a throne than he did for people. Now, this topic sentence follows all the rules that we're supposed to have for our topic sentences, and today we're going to take a look at some evidence and see if it follows our rules. And if it doesn't, we're going to change it or get rid of it. We're going to make sure that all of our evidence is exactly what we want to make sure we have a strong paragraph. Here's our first piece of evidence. Hans provides food and blankets to Arendelle when Anna and Elsa are at the North Mountain. Is this a good piece of evidence? Well, outside of the fact that I probably should capitalize North Mountain there, which is not good. This piece of evidence has some issues. This is bad evidence. Our fourth rule was that our evidence has to do with our topic sentence. It has to support our topic sentence. This actually makes Hans look like a hero or a good guy. We realized later on when we're watching the movie that this was Hans trying to get everyone on his good or get on everyone's good side so he can manipulate them later. But this evidence does not support our topic sentence, which would make it bad evidence. We're only going to choose evidence that will support what we are saying in this paragraph. We might write a different paragraph at a different time where we write that Hans did a good job of manipulating people into thinking he was a hero. Then this would be good evidence to support that idea. But this is not good evidence to support that Hans is not heroic and that he only cares about power. Our second piece of evidence, Hans is a liar and sneaky. Well, that absolutely supports the idea that Hans is not a hero. So that supports our topic sentence. However, this has other issues. This is bad evidence. Why? Well, Rule 3 says that we're not supposed to have any opinions or thoughts or feelings. These are opinions. Words saying Hans is a liar. Did he lie? Yes, he did. If we were going to talk about Hans lying, we should use an example that is very specific to when Hans told a lie. What is a lie that Hans told? That would be good evidence. And the word sneaky, well, some people might not think Hans is that sneaky. Some people might say, oh, there's a lot sneakier people than Hans. He doesn't really qualify as the word sneaky. It's an opinion word. The word sneaky isn't something we can prove, and no matter what, neither of these are really specific events from the story that would make it strong evidence. See, we should write about specific behaviors or actions that were observed and write about what we saw. That would make it good evidence. So while this thought is on the right track, this is not what we want to use for evidence. We need something that's a little bit more of a concrete detail or event. Let's take a look at our third piece of evidence. Hans leaves Anna to die so he could try to claim the throne of Arendelle. We're doing better. See, this right here is a fact. This is some event that happened in the story. This is not an opinion. There's no statement in here saying that Hans horribly left Anna. That would actually imply that descriptive word there, horrible, would be more of opinion based. This doesn't have any opinion in it. It just states what happened. And that's what we want for evidence. We want something in our evidence sentence that isn't skewed by our opinions. It's just stating facts that occur. So this makes that a good piece of evidence. But let's make it better. To illustrate, when Anna turns to Hans to save her from a frozen heart, Hans leaves his fiancée Anna to die so he can try to claim the throne of Arendelle. Ooh, that's so much worse, isn't it? We add in those nice little details that really show how messed up of a dude Hans is. Hans is a piece of garbage. What kind of person could even think about doing what Hans did? That really shows, those details really show that Hans is absolutely not a hero. And really, it also shows the lengths that Hans was willing to go to try to get power. So when you look at that, we want to include those details. But also, look, when we include those details, We didn't put in those words that would make it where it was opinion. We didn't say good or bad or horrible or sad or tragic. We didn't put those words that involve judgments. We just said what happened. So here we have an even stronger evidence sentence. Let's take a look at our last piece of evidence here. Hans tries to kill Elsa, convincing her that Anna is dead. That's messed up. That's some messed up stuff. I mean, this is a good piece of evidence because, again, there's no opinions. This is fact that Hans tried to kill Elsa, and he did so convincing her that Anna was dead because he was afraid that, kind of a little bit of a cowardly thing there, because if Elsa's at full strength going after him, he's going to get his butt frozen. But he went through and tried to mess with her head and really go through and make it really, really mean. But see, adding some of that stuff in, with our own interpretations of his actions, wouldn't be good to put here in evidence. This is just the fact that we need, and it shows a lot of good stuff. All of that stuff that it shows, we'll write about that in the analysis sentences. That's where we put all of those thoughts about why this is good evidence and how it proves my topic sentence. But this just shows that Hans doesn't care about people's lives, he just wants power. And we're going to use this fact to show it. But we can't improve it. Let's add a transition again using moreover. And let's add some details. Moreover, after Hans believes Anna is dying, the prince attempts to kill Elsa, convincing the powerful queen that she had killed her own sister. We add in those little facts that make it even more messed up, showing just how big of a scumbag Hans is. So we could add in those details that show how big of a piece of garbage Hans is, but we don't say he's a piece of garbage here. That's the job for analysis sentence. We can include details about the location, the specifics, about exactly what happened to show as much information as possible and make sure that we have a good, strong evidence sentence. Not only that, adding those transitions in really does help our paragraph to flow. Adding those transitions on the first evidence and second evidence gives our paragraph a good feel to it as we're moving forward. But that's what we want. We want facts and details that really go through and show what we're trying to say from our evidence. So this is what we're going to be looking for in our evidence sentences.